Mic check, mic check. Can y'all hear me? Let's see. This.
Check, check, check.
Mic check, mic check. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Check, check. Roger that.
All right. Let me get this reverb right.
Yeah, it's some sweet reverb. I'm going au naturel. No reverb tonight. Had to deconstruct my studio.
All right, all right, all right. No reverb, no reverb. What's up, man? What's up? How you doing? How you doing?
Oh man, awesome as jail on Easy's corner. Can't get much better than that, bro.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I gotta do my intro, man. I'm not sure if y'all know about the intro. Pretty infamous, but
Hold
here it
up.
is.
Let's no no no. You gotta let's make sure that Easy's in his
Uh,
easy
does
chair.
anybody hear me?
I do.
Does anybody hear me?
Check
Check.
check.
Oh,
Roger.
fucking A.
Yes, yes. I
Check,
can hear you.
check. God
Well, let
damn. Sorry
let
about that.
yeah.
I don't know what's up with my audio these days. It takes like 5 times switching between like 3 devices for Discord to connect. It's really weird. It's been happening like pretty much every time I broadcast. I've like updated my apps and everything. It's just really odd. But that aside, audio issues aside, it is great to have you here. Super stoked to get to hear a little bit about your journey and some tunes and everything. Um, Before maybe we dive into a little of your background and stuff, gotta ask, how'd you come up with the name? You're muted.
Okay, okay,
Awesome.
okay. I'm playing around with
There we
so many
go.
screens and stuff.
All good. All
All
good.
right,
I feel
all
you.
right. Before we get started, I gotta do my intro. I don't know where my soundboard is. It just disappeared when I jumped in here. It's so weird. But um, yo, 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 it's your boy Awesomeisjayell, aka the biggest music artist in the metaverse. What is up? Thanks so much for having me. This is amazing. This is dope. I always love I love the Discord. The Discord chat and the way it's set up is so much better than Twitter Spaces. Don't tell anybody I said that.
Yeah, I mean, Twitter Spaces are cool, but it's just a lot more fun when you can be super interactive and people are joking around and dropping gifs and just generally getting crazy. I mean, tips can even flow over here in the Discord, so that's nice. Yeah, great to have you over chilling on Easy's Corner. I just, always love to dive into a little bit of background and, depending on if the person's a coder or an artist or a musician, get a little bit of the story into how they kind of found the love for their art and where they got started, whether that's like, from a kid, family, or like teacher in high school, or, whatever that kind of story might be. But I gotta definitely ask you, how'd you come up with the awesome is Jael for your handle? Because that's a pretty good one. It's pretty awesome.
Okay, thank you so much. And now that I've done my intro, I can turn off my reverb. But but yeah, okay. So awesome is JL, right? So awesome is JL, right? So first of all, my name, I used to have a different artist name a long time ago, right? And then one day, like I was just driving around, I was like, that name is whack, right? And that will never be revealed what it was because it was trash. But, I was just riding around. I was like, man, I need a different idea for a new name, right? And so JL is the first thing I came up with, which is spelled Jayell, right? And that came from, at the time, I used to listen to a lot of New York rap, like a lot of New York East Coast, like freestyling on the radio, like Hot 97 freestyles, right? And at the time, my favorite freestyle was actually this one with Jay-Z and Big L, right? So, major shout out to those two artists. Big L is no longer here with us, so RIP to him. Um, but yeah, they were rapping back and forth, and I thought the dynamic of their chemistry was so dope that I was like, what if that was me? The embodiment of both of these two artists like freestyling on a track. And I was like, that's so dope. What if that was my style? Like Jay-Z and Big L put together. I was like, oh, that would be JL. And so I was like,
Mm,
okay, cool. JL. That's me. I love that name, right? And so I had the name JL, and it actually evolved to Awesome Is, right? After I had got my feet wet within the music industry, right? I used to be signed to Interscope a while ago. I was in a group signed to Interscope Records, and it all kind of like dissolved, right? So I ended up leaving the group due to creative differences. Once we got with that label, it was just everything just became super different. Even though we had a
mm,
what do we have? We had like a mission statement, all types of things in place so that that would never happen because I had a suspicion that it would
mhm,
happen. So once it started happening, I just kind of called up my lawyer and I was like, yo, like I just need to get out of this thing. So we found the clause. The clause was very simple. All three artists need to, be in the group in order for it to still be a thing. So I just departed, man. So I departed and left. And from there, I went on a journey and I was JL. And this journey led me to Nevada. So I actually ended up I'm from Atlanta, by the way. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. So
yeah.
I was in I was in Atlanta, Georgia that whole time throughout the musical stint with my group, and we had been touring, doing all kinds of stuff. So when I left them, I felt like I had to research for my identity, right? And so what I started doing, I started learning more skills. I started picking up more skills because I said, you know what? I still want to do this music thing, but if I want to do this music thing, I'm gonna have to pick up more skills because at the time I wasn't really producing. I wasn't a producer, and one of the artists in the group used to produce most of the production. I had started to produce, right? But I didn't haven't hadn't gained that confidence at that time to like fully go out with production. So I kept going. I learned how to produce. I learned how to mix, master, engineer. Then I learned how to design. Then I learned how to shoot video. Then I learned how to direct and creative direct, social media management, uh, brand ambassadors, partnership. I learned a lot of different things,
That's
right?
that's a lot of shit to learn.
Yeah, bro. Like, I mean, but I love music so much. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna learn how to do everything it takes to be like a one man machine. Because I was so at the time, I was so upset at the industry that I was like, you know what? I'm gonna show them. I'm gonna learn how to do everything they know how to do, but do it for myself, right? So then I started an independent label, and next thing you know, I'm in Web3 doing it. So Awesome is came on the front of the name once I had the self realization after learning all these things. Like I literally was like, oh man, I'm awesome, right? Like I was just
Mm-hmm.
like, I'm awesome. That's the only word to describe it. And I take inspiration from Notorious B.I.G., right? Which is one of my favorite rappers. So Notorious B.I.G. So the awesome part, I was like, yo, all Notorious B.I.G. did was describe himself to another degree. He was like, oh, I'm big, right? And it was B.I.G. But then he was like, no, I'm the Notorious B.I.G. It was like just taking it to another level and describing how big he is. You know what I mean? And so I took that same I don't know what you like. I guess same method. I took that same method and I applied it to myself. I said, "Oh, well, I'm awesome. Like I'm not just JL. Like I'm awesome is JL. Like, which means JL is awesome. But of course, I like reversed it, just to make it different. You know what I mean? Because JL is awesome. That's too easy, right? So
Yeah,
I wanted to
yeah,
make it
yeah.
a little a little different. So that is how I came up with my name. I know it's a long story, but yeah,
No,
everything has purpose and a meaning to it.
dude, that's exactly why I asked because I don't know, I had a feeling just I didn't think like your name's Jael and you're like, "Oh, I'm awesome, so awesome is Jael." Like that's not as cool of a story of what you took putting different pieces together to create that name. So that's cool. I am glad I asked, and I'm glad you gave us the rundown because that's a dope name story. Every like you never know. So I've got some pretty crazy, silly, funny, just like wacky and wild handle stories in the past. So it's always fun to explore that. But really, what I'd like to ask next is to kind of take it way back to where you got interested in music. Obviously, you are have a big love of music, super passionate about it. To go and start learning all these other things to be able to like produce your own music, to be able to do the social media and all these things that it takes to have some success. So I'd like to just roll it back to kind of where you found your love for music and hear a little bit about that, and then we can roll it back forward to like the Web3 stuff and everything. But yeah, I'd like to just get a little bit of history about where you got your love for music.
Yeah. So the love for music, it was, man, the story is so remarkable. Well, I mean, the earliest I can really think of is like my parents playing like vinyl records back in the day, and they used to play all types
Nice.
of music. Used to play all types of
Dope.
music during the cookouts, like Casey and the Sunshine Band, like Marvin Gaye. Like it was just a lot of different music, and it was a very diverse range of music. And I remember them playing that, and me playing with the records as a kid. I always thought they was cool. Like I thought the
Nice.
records was cool. I was like, yo, these are just so cool. I like how they got these covers and this art on it. I just thought it was dope, right? So I used to play around with those. And then I guess it evolved from there. It kind of evolved from, well, if you take it back further than that, I used to watch music videos all the time. Like that used to be the only thing that I watched on TV. Like there was a point in time where I would just sit in front of the TV all day and watch music videos, right? My earliest memory is of Michael Jackson watching watching Michael Jackson Bad when I was little, watching that on the TV. It was like a marathon, like, and
Mhm.
Michael Jackson was just on the TV all day, and I was like, man, he's so cool, and he's actually one of my favorite artists, by the way. He is probably the favorite, my most favorite artist of all time. Also, another alpha is that I actually have the same horoscope as Michael Jackson. Like, so I have the
Oh,
Virgo sun and Pisces moon. So I have the same horoscope as Michael Jackson. So it's pretty
that's
crazy.
kind of trippy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. I can
Yeah.
totally relate because I grew up with a lot of music, a lot of different vinyl in the house, from like uh bluegrass to blues to jazz to rock and roll to like, kind of the whole gauntlet, depending on whether like my mom was listening or my dad was listening. But between the two, there was a lot of different music. So same thing. I always thought, it was just so cool album the way, you have this thing, you stick it up, you drop the needle, you hear it out the speakers, and of course like the artwork, and as you get older, you're like, more interested in like the photography, and maybe there's some little write up about, the musicians or the singer or whatever. So I can definitely vibe with that. And yeah, music videos like back in the day, when MTV, I mean, I'm a bit old, so I guess MTV like kind of started when I was a kid. Yeah, it was all the rage, man. The music videos were like super entertaining too, and a lot of variety. Now it's, I don't know. I think it's lost some of its luster, and is just sort of like stamped out videos. I mean, I don't know. It might get more creative again with like all the crazy AI tools and stuff. Um, but yeah, let's keep rolling. What have you been working on lately? As well as, you got in your intro, I think it's like biggest musician of the metaverse or something. Where you rocking out in the metaverse? Decentraland, Voxel, Sandbox. You got any, shows planned? Anything upcoming? Give us the whole rundown. Maybe jump in with like, if you have dropped any NFTs recently, or what you're working on. Definitely wanna get more into the music.
Okay, cool, cool, cool. Great question. So my latest record that I released is called Hasselhoff Mask Off, and this record is actually available now on Sound XYZ. I just dropped the link in the chat. Y'all can go check that out there. I can actually play it in a little bit, so people can hear
Cool.
it, the song, and then we can talk about a little more about it. But yeah, like as far as the name the biggest music artist in the metaverse, right now I'm currently working on some different partnerships. But I like Sandbox, I like Decentraland, I like probably one of my favorite right now is the Board 8 metaverse. I forget what it's called. Um,
Other side.
yeah, Other Side. I like what Other Side is doing as well. I like a lot of different metaverses on the Cardano side. I actually started out in Cardano, so
Oh,
I like so I like a couple things they're doing over there. Um,
dude, like, I mean, I would say in like 2019, I read up on Cardano and was like, oh, that sounds good, and picked up a little bit, a small bag of coin. But with so many things going on, and Cardano, wasn't like making leaps and bounds in the early days of like 2020. Sort of, haven't been watching it as close. So actually, like, I'd love to hear like what your favorite metaverse over on Cardano is, just to hear of something over there, be able to maybe go peep it out, because yeah, it's been a while since I've checked in on what they're doing on Cardano.
yeah, so they got a couple of metaverse plays over there. They got Cornucopias. Cornucopias is more like your gaming driven metaverse. It's pretty dope.
Yeah,
They already have like a racing game out in their metaverse
cool.
already. But they're still working on getting everything else up and running. I want to say it's in like a beta. They're still testing like the avatars and stuff like that.
Yeah,
But the coin is actually going kind of parabolic right now, like over on Cardano.
damn.
I think it just jumped to like 8 cents. Like it just jumped to 8 cents. Also, the I want to say their token is cross chain too as well. I know it's over on BNB and it's over
Mm-hmm.
somewhere else too as well. I think they're headed to Ethereum. Yeah, matter of fact, I just got the news
Nice.
that they got a token over there on Ethereum, and they're figuring out which layer two they want to go with. But
Sounds
yeah,
cool.
Cornucopias is doing pretty good. Their market cap currently is 74 million. So it's not like I know people will think like, oh, it's Cardano. They're not really ready yet. No, this token is at 74 million market cap. It's already on Coin Market Cap and all types of other stuff too as well. So these Cardano native tokens are kind of blowing up right now. But Cornucopias is one. My actual favorite game on Cardano right now is not out, but my personal favorite is called a game called Yumi. It's called Yumi Universe. It's actually it takes a lot of influences from Pokemon, right? So
Yeah.
it's like a Pokemon type game, right? Like you would go train your monsters and level up your like battle cards, and then go against each other. But they're just now introducing like the cards, and they're still working on the game. But that game, like yeah, that's one of my favorite games on Cardano, even though it's not out yet.
Cool.
Uh, Another metaverse play would be the Clay Nation. So Clay Nation, I'm not sure if you heard of Clay Nation, but they're
That's
like,
one I have heard of a little.
yeah. So that's the top. That's pretty much one of the top NFTs on Cardano. Like I would say that's like the board ape on Cardano is Clay
Hmm.
Nation. So Clay Nation is working on a metaverse called the Clayverse, and it's dope. I love what they're doing. They're also implementing more of a gaming approach, and they just started kind of making this curve recently. Their
Hmm.
metaverse reminds me of like a Nintendo 64 game, right? Like
Nice.
Mario, but with clay, right? Um, Another thing dope that they're doing, they're actually implementing musicians and music artists into their metaverse. So they've already started talking about, doing festivals and performances and shows. And they also have a space in the metaverse that they're building where artists can collaborate and go to the studio together and record, like
Ooh,
in the
that's dope.
metaverse. Yeah, yeah. So that's something different. They
I
recently partnered
mean,
with Snoop Dogg too as well. So Snoop Dogg is like on board with the Clay Nation and what they're doing too as well, and his son. So yeah, that's another one of my favorite. And I probably say the last metaverse I'm looking at is probably Pavia. Pavia is it's pretty much like more of your like standard metaverse play. Like just a big open world where you can just go do whatever you want and you play mini games and do stuff like that. They're working on their avatars too as well. But yeah, those are pretty much the top ones that I like over there on Cardano.
cool. Pavia, like Pavia.
Yes,
Cool. I
exactly.
haven't heard of that one. I'll have to check out Clay Nation a little more. I mean, Snoop's got his fingers in a lot of different Web3 angles, but it is, probably good for the exposure. That's cool. Yeah, nice to get some, some little tips from over here in Token Smart. We're all generally really chain agnostic, but of course we all have maybe our kind of chains that we started on or more comfortable with. Like, someone might be more into ETH and Tez, and other people are getting a little more into the second layers, the base and the poly, or we all kind of. So it's nice to share because I haven't actually talked much about what's happening on Cardano lately. So that was a cool little update. Thanks. Um, but yeah, let's get into this Hasselhoff mask off. So that's available, you said, over on Sound now. When did you drop that?
I dropped this right before I left to go to Art Basel, Miami. So I just got back from Art Basel,
Oh,
Miami. That
so that's
was
pretty fresh
amazing.
too.
Yeah, yeah, it was amazing, man. I got to meet a lot of music artists out there, Web3 music artists. So we actually had a Web3 music festival out there. Um, Shout out to Cristiano Covino. Shout out to Nessie. Shout out to everybody, man. It was amazing. It was pretty much like
Nice.
all the people I talked to in spaces in the Web3 music space was there. Like literally, like
Dope.
all of them. So
Dope.
we got to hang out and party, man. It was dope. I also did some shows out
That
there too as well. So
Oh, awesome. Yeah, I didn't make it to Miami this year. I had been out like the last 2 or 3 years. I think I went the last 3 years. This is the first year I haven't gone for a while. And yeah, it's always been amazing. I mean, it's crazy. There's so much going on. That it's like you gotta. It's hard to whittle down like what you're gonna actually go to and what you're gonna have to miss just because like there's so many events. But you find your groove and you just roll with your crew and you hit a couple of dope things a day, and that's awesome that you got to play over there and got to hang out. It is really great. Especially, if it's like, you're meeting a bunch of people that you've been hanging out with online for the first time. Like it's really exciting to solidify those connections IRL. So that's dope. And yeah, I just clicked on that link and went and picked me up one. So I recommend, people, you can click that link right there in the chat, and it's on Optimism, so it's basically like totally free. Super dope. You wanna maybe tell us a little bit about it and then play some?
Yeah, we can definitely do that. Um, yeah, so this song is definitely about so first off, all of my music is spiritual. So I'm a very spiritual person. Um, I often have premonitions of things happening before they happen. For instance, like I knew about, the whole COVID event before it happened. um I actually told my wife that, something's about to happen. It's about to be like this and this, and I literally quit my job, and it happened like 3 days later. Like so,
Damn.
like I have a lot of like I'm just very spiritual, right? So this song is actually about like spiritual events that I also had a premonition about there becoming a time in the world where everyone's going to be revealed, like everyone's true identity is going to be revealed, and no longer will people be able to hide behind a mask, right? And that's why I call it Hasselhoff mask off. um and if you Hasselhoff, if you're not familiar with who Hasselhoff is, he's actually the guy that was in Knight Rider. He played the main character in Knight Rider, and Knight Rider was like an old show, and he drove this black car that talked. Right, it's like a futuristic car, and
Kit.
what'd you say?
I said Kit, right? Wasn't that the car?
I think so. I
I'm
can't
pretty sure
remember,
it,
but
it popped right into my mind with the little red light.
yeah, exactly. The dun, 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 dun. Yeah, yeah, I love that show, man. But that came to mind. So, because Hasselhoff is kind of like he's really known for like just being like a rich guy, like
Yeah.
like just being like a cool badass. You know what I mean? And I was like, oh, Hasselhoff, I'm a Hasselhoff. Like I'm a cool badass rich guy. You know what I mean? So that was kind of the thing with the song. But I can actually read. Let me read my bio. It actually kind of sums up the song a little bit. Oh, and that's hilarious that you just put that Hasselhoff gift in. that's,
I couldn't resist, bro. When
that's
that one popped
abs-
up, I was like, it's a little disrespectful, but I gotta click it.
yo, that's absolutely ridiculous. Yo, that's so crazy. But yeah, so it says Hasselhoff Mask Off by Awesomeisjayell is a music narrative that immerses listeners in the realm of uncertainty where the ticking clock of time threatens to unveil concealed realities. The track weaves a tale of revelation and self-discovery as the artist Awesomeisjayell confronts the impending closure of profound truths. So yeah, so like I
Nice.
said, it's about a place and time where everything will be revealed. Every question you ever had is going to be answered if you want it answered. That's another thing, part of it too. You got to want to discover these truths. But yeah, it's talking about a time, in society where this is going to happen. But with that being said, I can actually go ahead and play it.
Would love to hear it. Yeah.
Okay, so let me know, can you hear it? Cause I'm not really used to playing this on here. So let me see.
Yep.
Oh, you can hear the music?
We good. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, I'm gonna mute my mic. See. Psh. Okay, this is Hasselhoff Mask Off. I did the production, the mixing, the mastering. So yeah. So let's get into it. This is Hasselhoff Mask Off. Available now on Sound XYZ. The link is on the side. If y'all like it, pick it up. Let's go. Okay. And that was Hasselhoff Mask Off. Now we can probably
Yo,
jump into some more tunes in a little bit.
yeah, yeah, that was dope. I think and even when you were talking a little bit earlier and you were saying kind of you had this like these or you have these premonitions and then you mentioned the one kind of about people, being revealed. I definitely think that it's like it's pretty timely. A lot of people are kind of rubbing the muck out of their eyes and it seems like people are kind of waking up to the fact that, the system is fully rigged and it's just all pretty much falsities and platitudes the majority of what you see in a lot of interactions. We have a lot of genuine people over here in Web3, but of course we have a lot of scammers and charlatans as well. But just globally it feels like there's kind of a shift in the air. I hope that people are revealed. It seems like kind of there's always that battle between kind of the truth seekers and then those who work to keep everyone sort of in the dark. So I like the track.
Thanks. I definitely appreciate that. Um, yeah, I definitely agree. Yeah, if you just pay attention, if you're an analytical person, you don't even have to be analytical. You can kind of just see everything that's going on, kind of in modern day things taking place. If you're watching a central banking system, you're watching, crypto, you're watching all these different things. If you're present in real life, excuse me, if you're present in real life, you'll see how much, the amount of groceries has went up. Like you can't even really, just like buy groceries in a regular manner like you used to be able to like a couple years ago. Like everything is inflated. Inflation is through the roof for everything. You know, everyone's underpaid and overworked, right?
It's
And
crazy.
so,
Yeah. People are like that. I think the item like that you just touched on, everybody's noticing how little you get when you go to the grocery store for like $100. When that used to buy maybe, enough food for like the week or whatever. Now you're like, wait, what? That's all I got? And like you know that you're getting less too, because they're like, you got shrinkflation going on too. So and people are like, of course, a lot of people don't pick up on it as much, but a lot more people are talking about it. You see, a lot more in like social media and stuff about that type of thing. So that is actually when you start like digging into people's ability to feed their families, that starts to cause a little bit of a ruckus, and I think it's just unavoidable with the way things are going financially. I don't think we're going to see a reprieve to this inflation. I think it's going to keep going for a while.
yeah, same here, same here. Like, I mean, if you just look at, and like I said, like it just, if you just look at things in plain sight, right? This is one thing, right? How do we in the crypto space? How is it possible that there are tokens and coins that have just launched in the past 5 years and they are worth more? They're evaluated at being worth more than $1, right? For one coin. Like the fact that that's possible is kind of showing the matrix breaking. If you really think about it, right? So you're telling me I can go create this token and this token can be valuated more than $1, and I can pay people in this token. Like like okay. You know what I mean? Like it's just insane when you just really think about it like that. And then,
Yeah,
you just gotta do that and like be present and just move accordingly.
yeah. I mean, it's crazy now that we're also seeing more ramping up in this. Like the uh, just what was it? End of last week, I think. Jamie Dimon, head of Chase Bank, biggest bank in the world, I believe, and yeah, I'm pretty sure maybe HSBC is bigger than Chase, but one of the biggest banks in the world. And he's talking to Congress like, yeah, if I was the government, I'd just shut down crypto. And like, Elizabeth Warren's all, yeah, really, we should cut it down. It's all for drug. Like, it's just to see that kind of ramped up. And I mean, obviously, if you're in crypto, you can't shut down crypto. I mean, you could make it illegal for centralized exchanges to work in your country, but you can't. The whole thing of decentralization is not having one central point where it can fail. So it's interesting to see the ramp ups as I think we get closer to probably getting some sort of regulation that then will make it at least understandable how you kind of approach these multitude of different businesses and tax issues and all these things that come along with it. Whereas, it's just been, weak rhetoric so far, and now they're sort of ramping it up as it gets more and more obvious that crypto is here to stay, and it's going to be a huge part of global commerce.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, it's pretty crazy, man. So we're actually a part of history, and like we're part of it, and we're watching it unfold at the same time. So
Hell
like
yeah,
it's definitely a time. Like it's like what a time to be alive type moment. Like wow, this is crazy. Like we
man.
came to this planet just for this.
We're seeing like some of the craziest times in history ever. I mean, I'm sure each generation can kind of claim that, um, but that's kind of to the generations that have come before. And yeah, with the amount of technology changing, plus AI and quantum computing and stuff, like, and the next like decade or two that we're still gonna witness, if we're all still around, is gonna get wild, man. I definitely think that we're seeing some of the biggest swings in societal change that have ever happened for sure.
Yeah, I think I'm calling it here. I've already been getting the alpha. I'm getting the alpha that 2024 is going to be the year of robotics. Remember how 2023, right? This year was like the AI. It was like, oh, AI,
Yep.
everyone's using AI, right? I'm getting wind that the next year is going to be about robotics, and it's going to become norm for you to see robots like just in
Dude.
public.
That's then they're really breaking us in for that dystopia, bro. When they start like actually putting the like robotic cops out on the street and stuff. I mean, I'm sure it'll start with the delivery services and the things that are less,
Yep.
conspicuous, little innocuous robots. But I mean, it's basically, they're tracking and recording and watching and anyways, I mean, they could do all this with drones, but yeah, just to get you used to that. I would be surprised if that comes as fast as 2024, where we start seeing stuff. I mean, there's a little bit out there, but you could be making the right call. I don't know if it's like legit, but did you see that video? It popped up on my YouTube Shorts or something a few days ago with Tesla robots shooting the Cybertruck. Did you see that shit?
Yep. I seen it. I definitely seen it.
Yo,
And
crazy,
it was why I had to, man, I had to do some research. I'm like, is this a deep fake? What is this? Like, is this
right?
for real right now? Like, and it's just the fact
With
that a
those guys,
robot has a firearm standing next to you. Like, what's stopping
yeah,
the robot from just shooting you? Like, it's just crazy, man. It's
freaky. And with those guys, with all the engineers between like Tesla and SpaceX, um, I wouldn't be surprised if that was actually real. Like if they've gotten there, because Boston Dynamics and some of the other companies that have been in it for longer don't seem like they're at that level. But if Musk was able to get all the kind of precursor tech up to that point, like he did with rockets, and just get a bunch of freaking geniuses to like, you know, make it a little more effective here and there, like they could those could be real. Yeah, when I saw it, I was like, wait, is that like legitimately real robots there walking around all casually shooting the car? Like it's crazy. We're getting close. It's gonna be May, yeah, by like 2025. I can't even imagine what it's gonna be like.
yeah, everything's moving super fast now. Um, but yeah, with that being said, I would actually like to talk a little more about like what I'm doing musically and like how things
Yeah,
kind of make sense. Like, right. So because we have a lot of music artists in the space nowadays, right? Like music, just being a
indeed.
music, like yeah. So just being a music artist alone is, I'm not gonna say it's not enough, but you have to be your unique self. Like, and you got to bring what's unique to you to the table, right? And that's exactly what I do.
Absolutely.
So one of the things that kind of separate me from other artists is I've actually been forming partnerships with different projects like throughout the space. And I'm not sure if that's normal for a music artist to do that, but in the Cardano space, I partnered with a lot of NFT projects to stake my music NFTs in order to get like tokens. Um, so you're able to stake some of my songs and earn tokens from them. One project is like one of the top projects on Cardano. So if you got one of those, you can actually stake that and actually earn tokens from them. Um, another thing I do, which I think is more common, is to do partnerships in the form of creating music for these NFT projects, and tokens as well. So it's not even just NFT projects; it's tokens as well. So one thing I really pride myself in doing and being is a businessman, right? So I like to go out there and form different partnerships that people kind of don't see coming, right? And I like to pitch like myself as a music artist all the time, and all the things that I know how to do. My skill set kind of allows for me to go in and kind of negotiate and have certain things done, for my communities and my holders and stuff like that. But easy, let me know if that's something that's normal to you. Is there something that you hear
Dude,
normally from a music artist?
so definitely very ingenious to go and try and or offer to work with like token like coin projects to create like whether that's an anthem or something, maybe it's a intro to their podcast. Like I don't know exactly what you were doing with that, but that stands out as something that I haven't even heard before. I definitely, could rattle off a couple, homies that like, work with various different NFT projects. Maybe they do a song for a drop, or they're doing occasional concerts in the servers, and collaborate with a few of the artists that are there. So like that's definitely something that definitely it's not like all or even a lot of the musicians of this space are doing it. The majority, I think, are focusing on creating their own tracks, maybe their own visuals, or collaborating for the visuals for their drop. And a handful, and I think the ones that are going to do better and have a wider collector base are definitely collaborating with multiple different projects. But yeah, in the past, definitely people collaborate with some different PFP drops and stuff. But I hadn't heard of like reaching out to a specific just coin and being like, hey, yo, let's make a track for your coin or something. That's a really smart idea.
Yeah. So
And
yeah, in
and
some cases. Oh, okay. What were you?
Oh, well, I was going to say actually also staking the music NFT for a coin that's not like it'd be one thing if you're like, yeah, you can stake these NFTs and you get my community coin or something like that. But staking a music NFT that you made and receiving a token from like XYZ game or whatever, that's kind of new and fresh too. In fact, you should maybe, if you have like links to some of those, like maybe share some links that like, hey, yeah, if you pick one of these up, you can go stake it and earn some of this, like Cardano token, or whatever that may be. Because yeah, that's super interesting approaches.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's yeah. It's okay. Okay, I would just wanted to make sure. One of the token, one of my actual NFTs is being staked with the IDO launchpad on Cardano. So it's not just
Dope.
like so it's not like you're staking his album and getting like meme coins. You know what I mean? Like it's an IDO launchpad like that already has like a good track record, And and some of the other projects too that I partner with, like they have great track records. It's not like they're here building. They've been here multiple years building. Um,
Nice.
so yeah, that's one angle of what I'm doing. So I'm doing that. I'm also so another thing about me too as well, right? I have this thing with creating businesses within the Web3 infrastructure. So I've created a podcast called Beast on Air. That's a Web3 music podcast that airs every Thursday at 8 p.m. EST. Um, and I would love to have you on there too as well, Easy. Have you as a
Yeah.
guest sometime soon. I think that would
Yeah.
be dope.
Yeah, definitely
Um,
hit me up and we can schedule something up.
okay, cool. So I got that podcast. I also have a radio show called Web3 Music Radio, where I play music from a playlist that I have. Majority of it, a lot of it is from Sound XYZ. So I like to source different music from there, and also my own personal sources too, just dope music that I like in Web3. And I actually spin those records in the form of a Twitter space and just do it like a radio show,
Nice.
which is you know, because I seen it was a huge gap, in the Web3 music space where we don't have any radio stations. So I was like, well,
Yeah.
I'll just be the radio on Twitter Spaces. So I'm working on expanding that too as well. So me doing these different things, right, and kind of becoming known as a person to create these different type of things. Um, I mean, one of the reason why I first started that I started to get recognized within the Web3 space is because of my intro when I say I'm the biggest music artist in the metaverse, right? Like I go into spaces, I've had huge spaces with thousands of people. I talk to the founders of Cardano, all kinds of stuff. But that intro got me into doors in so many different things. Like right now, currently, I just got a new role with the new gaming project. It's a multi-chain gaming project. And they made me director of partnerships with them. I also formed a partnership with Worlds Within. That's another Web3 gaming project on Cardano. Um, yeah, so like companies started to come to me because I was saying I was the biggest music artist in the metaverse. And I started becoming known as that. And so brands just started reaching out to me for collaborations, whether it was for me to
Nice.
make a song or help them promote something or be a part of their team because they know, because it's starting to show how many different skill sets I have, you know. So they're just like, man, you can pretty much do anything. Can you come do this for us? And it's like, yeah, I can do that. You know what I mean? So that's another unique part of my story too, as well, that I feel like I wanted to share. Um, yeah, so I have a kind of like a different angle. What I like to call is that I'm multi-dimensional, right? I think everyone is multi-dimensional, right? Everyone doesn't like
Oh
to
yeah.
just do one thing, right? Like, and I learned that about myself a while ago. It's like, yeah, I love music, but I don't want to do music 24/7. Like, I also like gaming. I also like learning. I also like reading. I also like talking and, you know, and being social. Like, I like these different things. Like, I can't just pigeonhole myself in one thing and trying to force it to, you know, make a living from it, right? Because at that
Yeah.
point, it doesn't become fun anymore. You know what I mean? So that's why I
Totally.
approach
And
everything kind of the way I am.
I think it's super important that we keep, the fun in the space. That was something that was a big part of getting over here and liking it, was because there was a lot of interesting, creative, fun, crazy, cool, different things. So, the idea over here is not to just, kind of replicate a music industry as it was before. No, we want to do new shit. We want to be able to give the musicians more creative freedom and financial freedom, as well as writers and artists and dancers and anybody, everybody. You design 3D assets, you have a place here. You play the ukulele, you got a spot. You stand on your head and break dance, you got a spot. So yeah, it's super important, I think, to keep that fun aspect as a part of it. And we are sort of brought up as like, oh, what do you want to be when you grow up? You got to make this one choice, and you're either going to be, like a doctor, or like a policeman, or like like a banker, or man, that'd be a tough choice. But so I do think that we all have multiple talents, and it's a shame that people get pigeonholed like that. I mean, me, I'm all over the place, kind of ADD. Like I enjoy a lot of things, different things, and I have so many different interests that sometimes it's hard to like complete one thing that's rolling over here while I got the others rolling over there. But I do think it brings more joy to be able to do like multiple things that you enjoy than to just focus on, okay, I'm going to do this and like try and have that be, the source of all my income.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And it just makes, and so when I come back to do music, it just makes it so much more better, you know, that I'm utilizing all of these other skill sets that I learned from being a music artist. Like, that's what's
Nice.
dope about it. It's like, man, I use my love for music to learn all these different skills. And now I can just use all these skills to make money, right? And then, you know, at the same time, still do music, you know? Like, it's just
Yeah,
dope how it all happens.
love it. So you've got Hasselhoff, uh Mask Off, which we had heard a little bit ago. What do you have other stuff that you've minted over on Sound or other platforms as well? I think we were maybe going to get a taste of a little more music, which would be dope.
Yeah, yeah. So I actually, oh man, like I forget about all the other stuff too. So it's so funny because I'm like trying to make sure I touch every base. So another thing that I'm doing that's kind of different. I'm not sure if y'all heard of this as well, but I have an album over on Cardano called the Living Album, and I can actually update this album live on the blockchain. So, um, what I was doing is putting out a song every week. So, but we kind of took a break. We're now at 8 songs, right? And everyone that buys this NFT gets to, get all the songs on the album, but you just are like a part of the ride, and you see the album being built by way of the song releasing on the album, and you get to like it's like being in the passenger seat of an album while it's being created, you know. And that album's called The Living Album. And how we do it is it's kind of like a Netflix series, right? One thing that I started doing with my music catalog, which is with the Living Album, I said, you know what? I want to start doing albums like Netflix series, right? And I want this album to be season one, right? Living Album season one, and it's like 18 episodes, right? And it's broken up into 3 acts, right? I think it's about 5, 6 songs per episode or something. Yeah, 6 songs per episode. So I was like, well, what if I do albums in seasons? And then every season I just have a new album. And I was like, yo,
Dude.
that's a dope concept. So I just started doing it. And so I did it over on Cardano with a project called DMU, right? So DMU, the thing I like about this platform is you actually can't listen to the music unless you buy it, right? You can't even sample the music or listen. Well, I think you can sample the music, right? But a big thing over on Cardano, I'm not sure if this is big on ETH yet, but people can just kind of go to the blockchain and listen to the music wherever they want to, right? To kind of just listen to it. So they really have no incentive on buying it. Um, so I partner with DMU, and DMU has the technology to where you can't play the music unless you kind of go through their website to play it and listen to it. And there's other ways too as well, but you can't listen to it directly from the blockchain. So I partner with them to do that and just try that out and see how that works and how it is. So the Living Album is
Yeah.
over there. As soon as Sound XYZ lets us release albums, I'm definitely gonna release Act One over here. Act One is already done. I definitely want people over there on Ethereum to get a chance to listen to it as well. Um,
Nice.
but yes, so that's what I'm doing with that. Um,
Dude, that's pretty dope. I really like it's a great name too, the Living Album, for this album that's literally like this living, breathing, growing, getting updated. I think that's really cool to have the NFT evolve over time. And I know that there's a few different ways to do that. But yeah, very cool idea, because you can be kind of getting feedback, gauging from the community, maybe getting some ideas on where the next song goes and things like that. And yeah, I'm not familiar with Demu per se, but I know peeps that have like token gated their stuff to where you need to have the NFT to be able to listen to it, or maybe like Kane's done this where he'll put up songs that you can listen to just there on the NFT, whatever, and then if you own it, there's a stash of token gated, like the B-sides token gated, or there's a music video that's special, that's behind that ownership of the NFT. But that's really cool. I like the storytelling aspect of releasing these albums kind of in seasons, and having them be able to be sort of updated over time. That's cool.
yeah, thank you. Yeah. So yeah, that's definitely been something I'm pushing the envelope on in the space is being innovative and just trying new stuff, like, and seeing what fits and what works and what doesn't work. And because we're pioneers in the space, like everything that we're all doing is the first of everything, you know what I mean? And so I kind of take that seriously, and I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna try this, and I'm gonna try that, and I'm gonna try this. Another thing I've done as well, through my partnership with Project Noom. Project Noom is actually a music streaming platform on Cardano as well. It's pretty much the biggest music project on Cardano, right? One thing I've done with them is now the thing. Well, let me explain Project Noom a little bit, right? So Project Noom, they have this new part of their music streaming platform where you can actually, it's just like DistroKid, right? I'm not sure if y'all familiar with DistroKid, but they can upload your music to all major music platforms, right? So this is kind of like a Web 3 platform, but it has Web 2 capabilities too, right? So what they do is you go to them and they put your music up, right, on the major streaming platforms, and then they can tokenize your song, right? And they turn them into what they like to call stream tokens, right? Um, these tokens represent your digital streams on the major streaming platforms. And what you do with those is, well, you mint them, right? So let's say I want to mint a song I'm putting out. I would just break it down into the tokenomics, figure out the tokenomics for it. What do I want it to look like? I can be like, oh, well, there's 1 million tokens, right? And I can sell, I just want to sell 10 tokens at I want to sell 10 tokens at 1 million, not 1 million, but 100,000, you know what I mean? And then, have a mint price for that. And then they mint it. Then what happens is they actually receive the royalties. The tokens are a representative of your royalties of your song. So it's like fractionalized tokens of your song. And it represents a percentage of the song, depending on how many tokens they have. And so they would receive these tokens in the form of payments of the Noom token. And the Noom token can then be converted to whatever crypto they want to convert it to. Or if they want to convert it to USD, they can do that too as well. So that's something that I partnered with Project Noom to do as well. Um, I'm not sure. I have been seeing more platforms trying to do something like that. But Project Noom is probably pretty much one of the first platforms I see like pull it off. Also, like their whole platform is what I call it music DeFi. So they got like a music
Mm-hmm.
DeFi thing going on, and it's pretty dope. Easy. Have you had any experience with something like that, or have you seen anything similar to?
S- So I've definitely heard like lots of talk about things like this. I haven't seen it pulled off. I haven't heard of it like as well kind of detailed. Is it Noom, Noom? We got people in the chat like definitely asking because we got musicians here. They're like, "Where's the links to this? We want to learn more." So yeah, this is definitely super interesting. I think, yeah, Jose just joined us. But yeah, like if you got, any kind of educational links or anything handy, like definitely share that. It sounds super interesting. Um, it's always like a little bit of a challenge in my head when I'm like, okay, so you're a struggling musician and you're gonna like share your royalties, but that doesn't sound necessarily what this is like. Although it is somehow kind of attached to royalties. But yeah, if it especially if it's giving the artist another way to earn, if they're you know getting tokens from the amount of streams and stuff, this sounds like it could be very positive. Noom. Okay, I see it. Nice. Sorry, I'm just opening up that link so I don't so I remember to go later. Everybody's muted but me, if anybody was talking.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Jose
yeah,
joined
yeah. I was
us.
definitely
Oh, all right.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, this
Yeah,
this
yeah. I was.
sounds super interesting. Like this could be like the way to freaking do it. I'm gonna have to dive in like pretty deeply on this because yeah, like I said, there's been talk about this kind of thing for years, different approaches and whatnot, but like I said, I've never seen it pulled off or heard of a platform that was actually doing it.
Yeah. This project is very official, man. They also sponsor my Beast on Air podcast too, as well. That's how I know a lot about it. I had several meetings with the team. It's dope. I got my stuff on there. I'm actually about to do a special tomorrow. I think we're gonna do something live. I think we're gonna show people how to use the marketplace, because the marketplace is actually officially opening to where artists can do it
Nice.
themselves.
Oh,
Yeah,
dope.
yeah. So artists could go log in and set up their own drops and tokenize their own songs and streaming royalties and all of
Dude,
that.
that's
So
what we need.
um
We don't need that middleman. Yeah, dude. If there's a space where you're doing like a demo, excuse me, tomorrow, I'll definitely share that too, because I bet a couple people from here will try and hit that.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's dope, man. It's a dope platform. Also, just background on this project, like they've been around building for a while now. I think more than 3 years. They've been around building on Cardano. I think in the future they plan to go multi-chain, but for now they're
Nice.
focused on Cardano. So um,
Yeah. I'm mean, really, pretty unfortunate that Emanate had to close up shop recently, and that was a great platform where Web3 musicians could have their stuff. I mean, anybody could have their stuff up, but you could earn from your streams and stuff. So that was one. That I really liked. I liked the community. I liked the community leaders. They were, trying to do it right, I think, and they were getting more than 10x over what Spotify was paying out to musicians and stuff. But unfortunately, recently, it was such a long bear that their runway ran out, and so we've seen what like sound, not sound. What was the Oh man, I'm forgetting what the other one was. Uh, Brain fart. But yeah, it's good to see a solid streaming service where people can earn kind of that music file, like you were saying, and that it having been in the works for years over on Cardano actually gives me makes me feel even stronger about it, knowing that they've been building for years.
yeah. Another thing that's kind of impressive too, as well. I'm not sure if y'all are familiar with the governance of Cardano, but we pretty much have like our own like funding mechanism over there called Catalyst. So they do this like annually. They do Catalyst fundings, and pretty much the community goes in to vote. And once they vote on this pool of ADA that goes to whoever we vote for. So it's like several projects, and it's several rounds of delegated votes that goes towards whatever project. And so this project is like they win a lot. Put it like that. I think the last Catalyst funding round, I want to say they won like 7 out of 9, right? Um, so they've been kind of like the people's music project over on Cardano. So the people like love it,
Nice.
and they've been voting for it a lot.
Dude, yeah, I mean, fuck. So stoked that I heard about this. Really, really gonna dive into that and check it out because, like I said, Cardano, I really liked, kind of what they were building. But man, it's been years since I like got back over it, just because you get kind of you get sidetracked or whatever. I'm on ETH and I'm collecting on ETH and Bitcoin and Poly and Base and whatever, like over half a dozen chains at least. And then DeFiing on another half a dozen or something. So it's just like your time is what runs out, right? So I'm stoked to go get back in on the Cardano chain, especially with what they're doing in music.
Yep. And I think a lot of this stuff is probably it's starting to pick up now. Because I'm not sure if you remember, but last bull run, Cardano didn't have DeFi really. They didn't even have smart contracts. Like smart
Hmm.
contracts weren't even enabled on Cardano. So this upcoming bull run is going to shed light on like everything that's been, building and brewing over there, right? So so now we have DeFi, we actually have smart contracts, like we got a lot of different protocols that's been building. We got borrowing protocols, lending protocols. Like it's a lot of stuff brewing over there, man. So it's a lot of stuff. So let me know if if you want to ask me any questions about it, I'll be sure to let you know. Cause I'm like, man, I've been over there for years,
Dope.
man. Like, and but initially I actually started with I actually started with Binance Smart Chain. So I was over there messing with all those shit coins over there on over
Yeah.
over there on BSC, man. It was those DJing games, bro. Like, you know,
Oh yeah.
I just couldn't get enough of them, man. No gas fees really. I was like, man, I'm just gonna put some money in on all of these until I make it. You know what I mean? So,
Yep.
you know.
Yeah, no, that's dope. I appreciate and I will hit you up on that, I'm sure. Getting caught up on Cardano, but yeah, I mean, sounds to me like obviously not financial advice, but you might want to fatten up your ADA bags, people. Yeah, we got people saying share all the links to all the Cardano, please. Yeah, mentioned half a dozen things. I actually was taking notes a little bit. Well, we got the Noom IO link. Um, I got a little bit of notes on a couple of the different games and metaverses over there. Maybe I'll have to like share my condensed show notes or something. Ooh, should make that into like an NFT and buy my Easy's Alpha condensed show notes. um, Dope. I know we've had you for like over an hour, so if you got other things to do or anything, I want to give you the chance for an out. But also, if maybe you want to, if there's another track or something you want to play before, that'd be cool too.
Oh yes, I would love to. Shout out to Jax Hadaway. I just dropped the DeFi link for Cardano. It's a website called taptools.io. I know y'all heard of Dex Tools.
Oh yeah,
Taptools.io is like the Dex Tools for Cardano. So
cool.
so you go over there and it shows you all the whole DeFi ecosystem, like
Ooh, crazy.
the top gaming tokens, the top everything, aggregators, everything is on there. So you'll see that and all the charts for the top tokens and everything.
Nice.
And just for reference, the top coin right now on Tap Tools is Ajax, and that's a $375 million market cap. That's pretty much like the highest market cap in DeFi right now for Cardano. So, and y'all know what happened to Ethereum once they had their first DeFi bull run. Like Ava, I don't know if y'all
Ooh,
remember Ava, man, went to like 3K. Like it was so crazy. Like what was I want to say their DeFi Llama said they were like at almost like 100 billion market cap or something for
damn.
Ethereum DeFi last bull run. So it was pretty insane. And right now I want to say the market cap for DeFi on Cardano, I want to say it's like it's not even at a billion. Like I want to say it's a couple 100 million or something like that. So it's
I
definitely something to
mean,
keep your eye on.
if somebody were to have an extra couple $100 laying around, maybe, and they were to go buy a little bit of the top 10 over there on Cardano. Again, not financial advice, but that's probably not like a horrible idea. Especially if they get a huge influx uh, of capital over there. Yeah, I mean, we are going to be hitting a bull run. I'm not saying necessarily that we're in it. We could see some of this action retrace a little after the new year and then get back into it closer to the halvening or something. But it is coming. That is a sure thing.
Yeah, it is. And I'm gonna drop one more piece of alpha. One more, one more.
Nice.
Somebody said Noom is a penny. Love it. Yeah, exactly. I'm telling you, it's crazy. These are yeah. This is alpha I'm dropping over on Cardano. But One more piece of alpha. I'm not sure if people know about this, but they probably should.
Mhm.
So if y'all know who Charles Hoskinson is, the founder of Cardano. He used to work over at Ethereum, right? So not sure if y'all know, but he's actually doing another blockchain. So he's releasing another black blockchain called Midnight, right? The chain is called Midnight, and it's going to be a privacy blockchain. And it's the whole purpose of it is so people can do private transactions, right? And it's going to be a dual token ecosystem. Um, I want to say one of the tokens is going to be Midnight, and the second token is going to be Dust. It's going to be called Dust. Now, this blockchain is not out yet. He's already announced it, right? He's announced it. Also, he's announced that he's doing airdrops for everyone holding Cardano. This
Ooh,
is like
yeah.
facts. This has already been stated. So this you heard it here. If y'all don't know about what's going on, and y'all got a little viewpoint into the ecosystem and what's going on. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. But yeah, I could
That
definitely jump into
is
another song.
dope. That is some dope. I love you bringing all the sweet and tasty alfalfa our way. Nice. This has been a freaking great show. Yeah, let's get it. Let's get another song.
All right, cool, man. Man, yeah. Another thing I didn't talk about was when I first jumped in the Web3 space, I was doing YouTube videos. Before I put out any music, I did like 800 videos on like alpha for Cardano NFTs. So that's why
Oh,
like
dope.
yeah, so that's why
You
my
have
alpha game is so strong.
you've got the trained brain to just like weed out the freaking alpha and just digest it and be able to like pare it back out. That's dope. That's dope. Do you still do videos now and then or not much?
So I kind of rebranded my channel. So my channel is now gonna be based around music, Web3 music and Web3 gaming. So I kind of rebranded my channel to be
Cool.
based around that. So I'm definitely gonna be coming with the alpha on that. You're gonna hear that real soon because there's a lot of alpha about gaming right now that people do not know.
Oh
There's a lot
shit.
of stuff going on with
It's
that.
gaming is about to finally do what I thought it was going to do when I first joined the space, which was like bring in a shitload of people and make games more like equitable where you own your stuff for reals and like it's finally coming after 4 years of building and kind of not delivering. I think we're gonna get it. Do also drop your YouTube channel. I wanna follow you over there too.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and drop that.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and jump into another record real quick. Let me make sure I'm sharing the right page. Not sure why this album cover's not showing up, but whatever. Um, let's see which song. Okay, I'm actually gonna share this record. This record is called Cheat Code, and it's actually featuring my wife. This is the first song she's ever been on ever. She was just like playing one
Nice.
day, and she was like, "Let put me on a song," and I was like, "Okay, come get on the song." And
Cool.
so, she stepped to the mic and did her thing, and then I like mixed it and mastered it, and then it's like it sounded amazing. So I was like, "Okay, let's go." So without further ado, here is Cheat Code featuring Goddess Giselle by Awesomeisjayell. I know that rhyme. It's crazy, but yeah.
Nice.
Game change different now, got the cheat code. I just watching, you ain't got the cheat code. Can't stay the same, yeah, you gotta switch it up. Can't stay the same, yeah, you gotta switch it up. Game change different now, got the cheat code. I just watching, you ain't got the cheat code. Can't stay the same, yeah, you gotta switch it up. Can't stay the same, yeah, you gotta switch it up. Switch it up, it's a remix when you change the style. Everybody try to surf the wave, but they wiping out. Won't you just stick to your style till it is right now? If you don't stick to your style, it won't be right now. worry about what next, yeah. I'm a beast on it, yeah. You stuck on the internet, yeah. I'm coming in and out. They study my groove, they watching my vibe, they watching my cool, yeah. Game change different now, got the cheat code, a lot of y'all just watching, you ain't got the cheat code, can't stay the same, yeah, yeah, you gotta switch it up. Can't stay the same, yeah, yeah, you gotta switch it up. Game change different now, got the cheat code, a lot of y'all just watching, you ain't got the cheat code, can't stay the same, yeah, yeah, you gotta switch it up. Can't stay the same, yeah, yeah, had to switch it up. Had to switch it up. They thought they knew who I was. Put on the gloves, I start fighting in the rain. Now we up and we stuck. You running out of love, you running out of love, and I can give it to you. Everything, hydroplane in the rain. No, I won't complain. Stay in my own lane. Got my crown on, you know I'm king. Game change different now, got the cheat code, a lot of y'all just watching, you ain't got the cheat code, can't stay the same, yeah, yeah, you gotta switch it up. Can't stay the same, yeah, yeah, you gotta switch it up. Game change different now, got the cheat code, a lot of y'all just watching, you ain't got the cheat code, can't stay the same, yeah, yeah, you gotta switch it up. Can't stay the same, yeah, yeah, you gotta switch it up.
Switch it up, switch it up. Now you know you gotta switch it up. Game change, so you gotta switch it, switch it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Gotta switch
That
it
was
up. That was dope.
yeah, yeah, that's a catchy one, man. We're probably gonna go to radio with that one. Not even gonna.
Yeah, that dude, that'd work. And true. Gotta switch it up, man. Can't just do the same shit forever. Um, I did actually another question popped into my head where you would be the perfect person to ask because I think literally like my Cardano, I just have a little bit of ADA on like, whatever. I think I picked it up actually. That would have been something I picked up back when Binance Regular worked here in the US before they had to switch over to the crappy little Binance US and stuff. And so I just like, I think I sent it over to maybe my Coinbase or something. Anyways, I just have a little bit. But if I'm going to be more active and do any like DeFi's and stakings and whatnot, I'm going to need a decent Cardano wallet extension probably. So I was going to ask what you'd prefer or if there's like a top, like the best two or something.
My personal favorite is Vesper. But Nami, I feel like Nami wallet is the best wallet for somebody who's just new coming over. It's
I've
very
I've
simple
definitely
to
heard of the
use.
Nami one. Yeah, that's the one I've heard
Yeah.
of for sure. But thought it's worth taking a little info from you, so I jotted down my Vesper as well. Cool.
Yeah. So yeah, those are the two wallets. Yeah, Nami reminds me a lot of Phantom Wallet over on Solana. So it's very like easy to use. Vesper is too,
Cool.
but yeah, they're both pretty cool. So yep, tries those two. You won't fail with those two wallets.
Nice. Awesome. I am going to also just grab the link that you had shared and drop it here so people can easily hop back over and get the Hasselhoff mask off. Let's see some support. Collect that, baby. We can tweet it up too. I grabbed one. I still after this, I'll definitely snag a spot and tweet it out too. But I want to get my little comment in there and stuff, and hard to do a live on show here. But man, what a pleasure getting to hear a little bit about your background and getting to hear a bit about your story and getting to hear a little bit of music from you. And then all the alpha and the killer like update on the hot Cardano action. Just like super great show. Really appreciate you coming over and sharing your time and definitely interested in following up, coming maybe to that spot tomorrow you were talking about. with the Noom. And definitely, hit me up. I'd love to come be a guest on one of your shows sometime. But yeah, just really solid show tonight. Appreciate you.
Definitely, definitely. It was a pleasure. Thanks so much for having me. Like major shout out to Binks. Major shout out to Binks. Like I kind of reached out to Binks and I was like, Binks, like, I'm supposed to be the biggest music artist in the metaverse. Like I gotta be in every metaverse. Like, what do you got? And she was I got a spot. You can come to Easy's, you can come to Easy's. He does this thing, every Monday, and I was like, oh, that sounds cool. Let's do it. And I really like intimate crowds like this, like to have like true conversation outside of
Yeah,
like the politics. You know what I mean? So this is dope.
yeah. Yeah, it's nice and quaint over on Easy's Corner. We used to, during the like crazy, I think like right after the whole clubhouse boom, we were getting like hundreds of people in here. It was crazy. In fact, I kind of enjoy it more when it's like a small crowd. I mean, I don't mind if we get, 50 people in here to hang with us, but this is like a nice, like everybody's here because they're really interested in hearing about like, your music, what you've done, these killer little like tips for over on Cardano. Like everybody's here because they really want to be here. So it is really special to have like a group of people that are just that interested to hang out for like, well over an hour to get to know each other more. So yeah, definitely stoked that you're joining the Token Smart crew, and hope to see you over here more. Of course, little down the line when you got like a drop coming up or anything like that, definitely also just hit me up and we'll get you on, whether it's like a full interview or just like a 10-15 minute, hey, I got a drop coming up, wanted to give you guys a heads up type of thing. Down for all of that.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely want to shout out all the music artists in here too as well. If you're looking to get some exposure as a music artist, please feel free to contact me. Like I said, I got a music podcast, Web3 music podcast that I do every Thursday on YouTube. Oh yeah, I got to drop that YouTube link too. But I do that, and I also do Web3 Music Radio. So yeah, if you guys need exposure, need a platform to come showcase your talent, what it is you do as a music artist, then feel free, hit me up. We can get you on, and show the people that you're out here, that you exist, that you create music in the space.
Awesome. Love it. That's how we do. Dope. Well, definitely drop the YouTube as well, or if it's in your if it's in the other, yeah, we got your link tree in here, so it should probably be in there. I got that open in a tab, so I can hit you over there. Twitter. Oh no, I don't see the YouTube on there. So yeah, drop the YouTube when you get a chance. And we've got Jose who's joined up on stage. Our resident Venezuelan connection, epic live music. Pretty much every Easy Corner after party. We got Felons down in the crowd. I'll bring him up as well. Woo! Man, that was so much fun. It just was like everything flowed really well. We covered like some kind of like little bit outside the music stuff too. Well-rounded show. I really had fun, and I'm stoked. I just collected my first Awesomeisjayell music NFT over on Sound. You all can do the same with the link in the chat there. But yeah, how's everybody else doing? Jose, how you doing?
Hey, Easy. Um, Great. We had a nice day today on December, having great guests speaking about tokenomics, security, and like splitting the tokens that has value from the tokens that serves for government inside DAOs.
Mhm.
And it went pretty interesting. It was a bunch of quality people. Actually, guys, if you are interested into coming to December, I think that you still have 2 days left to hear the speakers that are left, and the information has been really nice from that side. Yesterday I had a concert, as I told you guys. I wasn't able to record, but we had a pretty great setup, and we were able to meet some musicians from Valencia State that we didn't meet before. and the music was just great. We didn't have like that much attendees, and I was like, I know why, and I want to produce an event by ourselves, so we can like take care of the strategies we have to share the flyers not only with our friends but also with new audience. And I think it was a really great concert to see, like, to clarify that with the community, because I had like the talk with my friends that produced the event, and I just gave them my clear feedback about what I thought, how the event went and why, and how it can go different. And we was just resonating in evolution. It was like a good feedback, and I just get motivated to do that. And the thing that sorted out of all of that is that we want somehow to do like a monthly calendar of local events. We don't have any
Nice.
any that is regular, but that will be like the break, So maybe Vanessa and I, we can take care of one concert a month, and if other friends
Yeah,
connect on the motion, we can have a couple ones having along the week, and that can create some culture here for the communities. That can be really nice. I see my
I
friend
really
Armando here.
think. Oh, nice. I really think, Jose, if like one of the keys to getting something like that kind of started would be that consistency. So to have once a month, every last Friday or Sat, whatever the day is, but each month to have that one, and then you're going to start getting people that go, oh, well, we'd like to do either to play at that one as well, or oh, we'd like to do one at the beginning of the month. So once you have kind of that consistency, like you were saying, maybe doing one a month, it's going to start building from that.
Yeah, that sounds like some way to create something regular and just attach it to the last Friday or to the first Friday of each month. And I think that can work on. I would like to work on certain like graphic designs and has like already arranged with like the musicians, so we can do like personalized flyers with each one of them, and we can create some
Totally.
interviews that we can share over Instagram and different parts, so the community can meet these artists, because these artists don't have like that branding work made too. So it will be like a way to create to have data for all of the musicians and for the event itself, and for actually the community of each artist meeting the other one, and who knows. But that is a thought that developed from there. So yeah, I have a great weekend, a great Monday. We went to the mountain too, drinking water, keeping hydrated, everything nice. How about you guys? How was your week, Easy, Felons?
My weekend was pretty nice, man. It's like it's mid-December, I guess, and the weather outside during the daytime is still like super sunny and super warm. I took a little walk today out in the sunshine. It felt great. So yeah, doing pretty good. It's a good start to the week. Yeah, been a good Monday.
What about you, Felons? Are you with us? I'm gonna think you're not, because
Little
if yes, you will have your
little froggy.
beautiful set, your beautiful setup.
Yeah, he's back from the train.
I'm here. Hey, unfortunately, my killer camera is just still not wanting to be recognized in this wonderful situation. Hey,
Ah,
good to see you guys. And yeah, it's been a heck of a week. Great weekend for sure. And yeah, we've gotten ourselves winter here in the Bay Area. It's kind of bizarre. I mean, we had frost this morning. I don't understand it
right.
at all. Yeah, what is
It
that?
gets
California?
it gets crazy cold as soon as the sun goes down, but it is incredible how warm like the, kind of middle of the days have been. I'm sure
Yeah,
it's not going to last that much longer and it'll start dumping rain and stuff, but got to soak it up while you can.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah, last
you
night
have
we
like a
actually went
pretty.
to a
Oh, sorry. Like you had a pretty interesting weather right now, right? Like it's just like in the middle of a switch of seasons. So you have like mid of day sunny and then snow.
Well, we have 3.5
Basically.
seasons here. We don't actually have, a fourth season here in the Bay Area, at least. Unlike the Sierras that got 800 inches of snow. What is that in centimeters? 800.
I, a lot. I don't know because we don't
Mm.
have simple math like they do everywhere else in the world, where it's like multiples of 10. How many
Exactly.
centimeters in an inch? Who the fuck knows? 7? I don't
Well,
know.
put it into
4?
yeah, it's just completely nuts. Yeah. So anyway, definitely had a very nice night last night. We went to this place called the Filoli Gardens, which is a mansion that actually President Biden and President Xi met. They had their little summit there last week
The
or the
spot
week
they
after.
smooched,
Yeah,
their little kissing
right.
hideout.
Hello. Oh, I have a confirmation needed on my. Let's see.
Breaker confirming now.
One moment.
All right,
Okay.
we're about to hear about this fancy mansion, y'all.
Anyways, yeah. So it was just really cool. Definitely, they set everything up for Christmas. They've got these botanical gardens. They have these fire pits that people can hang out in various spots and
Cool.
have hot chocolate and
Ooh,
that
I
kind of
love hot
thing.
chocolate.
Yeah, and so very nice Christmas lights everywhere, and it's my wife's favorite thing to do, and it's kind of part of the month of Ellen's birthday. So,
Nice. I
yes.
like it. I One of my favorite places to visit. I mean, there's many, but a favorite destination for me, no matter where I am, like in the world, and especially if I'm traveling to like another country or something, is botanical gardens. I've always been a huge lover of gardening and gardens, and of course, I've went to school for landscape design and all that jazz, and have always made my way to botanical gardens whenever I'm close by. In fact, on what is it, Super World, I think. The only thing I ever purchased on that like AR World was like a piece of like the tea gardens, the little botanical gardens in San Fran, the tea gate. I bought that on Super World or whatever that thing
That is pretty random.
is. Random.
But we used to go to the Japanese garden in in the park. And that was
Yeah,
always
yeah.
fun to go to.
So I own the AR layer above that land now. Thank you very much, good sir.
On the bridge, and you can see the carp. What?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Nice.
should definitely do a little AR with carp flying, in and around all the pagodas.
Totally. I'm
That would
I'm
be
all about it.
sweet. And then we can have carpe diem.
Ooh,
I had to
nice.
drop some sort of pun tonight. So
That was pretty good.
that accomplished. What's happening? I mean, good to be here. Great, great conversation there. You are the most amazing host, and uh, sir, our guest was
Well, thank you.
very informative. I mean, got the alpha on Cardano. I definitely was a staker back on Kraken, but that kind of wore thin, and so
Fell apart.
now it's like FOMO on what's it called again? Uh, the shadow? No, what's the
Cardano.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But the shot here. Let me look at my notes.
what's it called again?
Midnight,
Midnight. There we go.
midnight with the dust. Yeah, I'm definitely. I'm gonna pick up some more Cardano. I'm gonna make sure I get it off the freaking central exchange and put it into a wallet that will be in my control, so I can get that airdrop.
I think we should do something like monthly. We are gonna do for 2024. Like January is for Ethereum, then we go to Polygon, and March is for Cardano, and then we take the cosmic bus to all the blockchains while we stream on different streaming platforms, and we teach everybody like how to be token smart in all of these
Yes,
uh, subway
Yes.
Jose.
And
What
Trizlet's got the
about this?
platform. Hello.
What about this? What if we got somebody. We need Happy Wraps to do a chart. You do the chart on the token. So when the white paper was born or when the token was issued, you do the chart on that, right? And then you actually match your blockchain to the sign they are, and that's where you do your educational, like, it's the month of Bitcoin, it's the month of Ethereum, it's the month of Near, it's the month of Cardano, because they were literally born there, right? Then you'd actually be getting like the information when you need it. I don't know, but I bet someone will get rich off that idea. The,
It's something we
what is
have to
it, the
talk more.
blockchain tarot, writing it down.
No longer alpha, it's
All right.
tarot. Wow.
Yeah.
Blockchain
Yeah.
what? For a moment, I just lose it. Sorry, guys. My Spanish won for a moment.
Like
You
the
had local
tarot
Spanish.
cards, you know.
Yeah, the tarot card.
Oh, like the tarot cards. So which card? The card?
Well, there's so many.
The
Yeah,
yeah, I don't know, the
it could be any
Joker,
of them.
the Tower, the
I like the
Cups.
idea.
It
I
all
like the
has to
idea.
be.
I like the idea of checking the months of different tokens and doing that. I think
Yeah.
we can develop this further, and it can be something like a concept, like to educate, a layer of
Yeah.
education, and also a way to be in the middle of all the tribes that wants like to be maximalist on each chain. We just can show them information that we curated in the week after, and that's it. And bridge, just bridge while we get education ourselves. And yeah, sounds dope. I definitely want to check the Cardano tool for the music. I was not able like to understand uh, like that moment, like the explanation. I definitely want to read on it and see if it's actually something I want to do with the music. So basically, you have your music, and people by buying your music, they stake tokens in somewhere.
I mean, I need to really find out more about it because there's different kind of ways. Like, so let's say um, I bought one of Jose's songs and I stake it for 6 months or something. Do I earn some of the royalties that Jose would get, or do I earn a separate token that's not necessarily coming out of like his royalty or anything? It's like there's a lot that, there's a lot going on. So depending on, and I'm sure there's many ways that it could be done. So I've always felt weird about musicians giving their royalties to collectors. It just never really felt like it sat right with. I mean, if you're a multi-million Grammy winning, yeah, sure, give away your royalties, but that's like, kind of what you need as a musician to keep surviving probably is some of those little bit of royalties. So it's always been a point of contention for me, but that's not the only way I think that it can be done over there. And so there's probably some really cool ways to apply that, where you're not, negatively impacting an artist's royalties, but there could be other funds, other pools of funds to earn from.
Yeah, also I don't like either the commercial aspect on the music, like that deep between fans and the creator, because it can go into a toxic relationship and maybe like modern slavery, like, hey, do the songs, you bitch, we have
I
10
You owe
percentages
me
of
more
your soul.
tokens.
I don't know. I think that
Yeah,
there should be some balance, and I definitely want to give something to my holders, and in a way, it's like the experience to show that we did it. And I think that in that way, I think that the thing we can do is like give together, you know. I will keep something of the royalties, but I will channel royalties to social impact that we can do together. Like, I don't know,
I
at
mean,
least I like that.
Jose, anybody that like supports you already knows that you give, your heart and soul and probably back off your shirt or last penny in your pocket to your friend or neighbor or stranger down the street, because they needed a hand. So like, I don't think in the case that you're in that you need to like donate a certain amount of royalties to some foundation. No, you're already
Yeah,
doing the work with your own hands. Like that's,
yeah. I think that I always put do this theory in a place where like my friends are not in the equation. It's always like I'm like in a sea where people doesn't know my narrative, and where maybe there's a way also to, like, musician as educational bridges to help communities to get these tools to actually
yeah, yeah.
do something. Um, in another dimension, I'm also doing my music and earning money, but like the synchronicity or like the simultaneity of both things happening. But I think that at the first stage is like a lot of energy you have to put in order like to move that first, I don't know, kilometers till acceleration does their work. But it's about starting from somewhere. And yeah, maybe I should start just doing the music and then moving from there. That's the way to go. But it's nice also to have these talks, not only for us, but I
Yeah.
don't know if those are like time capsules for somebody in 2-3 years. We just don't know. And I think it's just nice, to have the chance to um, theorize about these ideas, and see, which has the potential. Most of the ideas I had always involves a third party that I still don't know if they want to do it. So I'm
Hmm.
definitely looking for a way that I don't have to depend on anybody to do the social impact. I think that one way that was good, that I actually enjoy it, and that helped me like to keep the funds for myself in a way that I'm doing social impact. It was to do like educational music songs, and or I don't know. I was talking with Sky Bravo. He was
Hmm.
showing me a friend of him that maybe we can have here someday. I'm not sure if the project is running at the moment, but he was telling me that he has this friend from, I don't know if it was Thailand,
Yeah.
and
Oh
uh,
yeah.
I'm sharing the Discord. So it was like a school for kids. They are doing in Thailand, and they are doing NFTs that gets the school to get funded. So
Mm.
in that time, I was like, well, I was trying to connect schools from my local area to do that. But the thing is that we maybe create something from scratch with the tools we have to run like somehow like a school for a community, for our community friends, and families, and do something in like in that way. Um, and I don't know, I'm just sharing like the first thoughts of that. I had that nice talk with him. He showed me this project of the Bueno, and I don't know, maybe it can be nice to invite her over so he can talk about his experience with this project, and see if we can get also some support for her.
She was supposed to come on. I'll have to reach back out for scheduling again. But yeah, I wanted to hear about more about that too. And yeah, I think it's really important that we're able to share and just talk about and discuss and brainstorm sort of different structures that are built already that we can adapt versus, like you're saying, building from scratch. If someone has like a educational, building schools, for example, use some of what they've already learned and tried, learn from other people's failures, etc., to do our own, um, or before we, do our own.
I like today's potential energy, earning income from the music, doing it in a way that we can coordinate together. Let's check Cardano.
And
Yeah, I
you
think
know
we have
what?
such an opportunity to also fundraise, and so not only for ourselves, but clearly with our community so tight, I think it just really putting our heads together and finding that purpose. It's there. We have it. We we're we we're what 12. So there's maybe 17 of us here. Uh, you know, Token Smart has 26,000 at least imprints on the server, and so it would be just amazing to just watch it roll up. I mean, we have the potential to really engage this monster community, and so Token Smart by itself, let alone all of our connections with so many other communities. If we just stacked up all the, well, I wouldn't say each server equals a community, but who's not tapped out at 200 servers on Discord, right? But at this point, I'm active on 15, 15 communities, and you know,
It's pretty
five to
good.
ten, 5 to 10 most significantly. But at this point, we have the connections and the ability to make a difference. So let's talk more about that. See what we
Yeah,
want
and
to accomplish here.
I'm wondering if this Noom protocol might actually be, there might be a setup through that where, hey, if this song is purchased or streamed, um, maybe tokens could go to like a social good, like a type of charity or something like that. So we need to explore there more. But yes, I do think that we need to continue to refine how we can fundraise for specific events or organizations, as well as for ourselves, because that's a huge part of this is also figuring out how do we make livings being here.
And Jose, you've definitely recentered yourself in your camera just a little bit more, but you got a little bit of room to
Woo.
get into your camera,
Good call.
my friend. Yeah, we got to see
he,
more
he
of
was
it.
working he was working that negative space hard.
uh, he's working the outer bounds.
Yes. Yeah, to
There we
Because I have
go.
bounds.
my microphone
Oh
stand
right,
You're looking
captive.
good now, though.
Captive. I would like to move it, but right now
Got the
it's
Marley.
yeah.
Kind of got the Bob Marley vibe when you're, I don't know, a little bit earlier too. I noticed just with the lighting, it kind of looked more like you had dreads, and you were like, it was like during the interview when you first got on stage,
seriously.
I was like, damn, is that Bob Marley? Just your smile too has kind of like a Bob Marley smile. Yeah. All right, let's do it.
Yeah,
Let's get vibing.
yeah,
Get
you
some
got some
tunes.
Adiwa. What do we
custom
do?
lighting.
Adiwa.
Should we toss a coin?
Oh yeah. Okay, who plays? No. Jose, start us off, man. You bring
Rock,
us
paper,
in.
scissors.
I'll toss my AirPod case. Although nobody called heads or tails, so
Ah,
yeah, Jose, start us
Jose,
off.
respect. Venezuelan connection.
I'm unfortunate to her.
No way.
A los días grises se les vive con el alma. Es innegable esta herida que se abre en tu pantalla. Ay, 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 ay. Vivir los matices es la regla en la palabra. Imposible que la vida sepa amarga en la nevada. A los días buenos los aprecio mientras duren. Pido siempre fortaleza para que eso no me nuble y tenga que sentirme mal para poder entender que soy causa y efecto del dolor. Sí, soy causa y efecto del dolor. Ouch, soy causa y efecto. Vivo pleno porque sé que muero cada día cuando la noche acontece y así perder la agonía y cada día renovado fortalecerá mi vista. Me siento genial con eso, sabiendo que todavía tengo música en la boca para pasar la chumita que me tiene siendo adentro todo lo que no veía. Una cúpula por donde se proyecta la armonía, un sistema de la tierra que disipa la entropía, unas cuerdas de guitarra que meditan de la vida, permitiendo el desenlace de la confusión finita, y así no tengas que sentirte mal a la hora de entender que eres causa y efecto del dolor. Sí, soy causa y efecto del dolor. Soy causa y efecto. Soy lo que dejaron, soy toda la sobra de lo que se robaron. Un pueblo escondido en la cima, mi piel es de cuero, por eso aguanto cualquier clima y soy una fábrica de humo, mano de obra campesina pa' tu consumo. Frente de frío en el medio del verano, el amor en los tiempos del cólera, mi hermano. El sol que nace, el día que muere, con los mejores atardeceres soy. El desarrollo en carne viva, un discurso político sin saliva. Las caras más bonitas que he conocido, soy la fotografía de un desaparecido, la sangre dentro de tus venas. Soy un pedazo de tierra que vale la pena, una canasta con frijoles. Soy Maradona contra Inglaterra, anotándote 2 goles. Soy lo que sostiene mi bandera, la espina dorsal del planeta es mi cordillera. Soy lo que me enseñó mi padre, el que no quiera su patria, no quiera su madre. Soy América Latina, un pueblo sin piernas pero que camina. Oye, tú no puedes comprar el viento, tú no puedes comprar el sol, tú no puedes comprar la lluvia, tú no puedes comprar el calor. No se pueden comprar las nubes, no, y no se pueden comprar los colores. Tú no puedes comprar mi alegría, tú no puedes comprar mis dolores. Tengo los lagos, tengo los ríos, tengo mis dientes pa' cuando me sonrío, la nieve que maquilla mis montañas, tengo el sol que me despierta y la lluvia que me baña, un desierto embriagado con peyote, un trago de pulque pa' cantar con los coyotes, todo lo que necesito tengo a mis pulmones respirando azul clarito, la altura que sofoca, soy las muelas de mi boca mascando coca, el otoño con sus hojas desmayadas, los versos escritos bajo la noche estrellada, una viña repleta de uvas, un cañaveral bajo el sol en Cuba. Soy el mar Caribe que vigila las casitas haciendo rituales de agua bendita, el viento que peina mi cabello, soy todos los santos que cuelgan de mi cuello. El jugo de mi lucha no es artificial porque el abono de esta tierra es natural. No si puoi comprare un bench, non si puoi comprare il sole, non si puoi comprare asciuga, non si puoi comprare il calore, non si puoi comprare as nubes, non si puoi comprare as cores, non si puoi comprarme alegría, non si puoi comprar miñas dores. Trabajo bruto pero con orgullo, aquí se comparte, lo mío es tuyo. Este pueblo no se ahoga con barullo y si se derrumba yo lo reconstruyo. Tampoco pestañeo cuando te miro para que tú te recuerdes del apellido mío. Sí, la operación Cóndor invadiendo el nido. Perdono y también olvido. Vamos caminando, aquí se respira lucha. Vamos caminando, yo canto porque se escucha. Y vamos caminando, aquí estamos de pie.
Woo! That was rocking.
Vibe.
Man.
Original, the first one original, the second one a cover from Calle 13. You guys already know, but I have to say it every time.
Yeah. Well, you played it like your own, my friend. That was
Oh yeah.
phenomenal.
I don't know if you guys know the original song, but it's the opposite.
Mhm.
It's a
Oh,
different vibe. It's just a different vibe. But I think that that is actually what I think that a cover is. And if somebody does a cover of my songs, I would love they make their own song of it
Yeah.
somehow.
yeah.
And this remembers me that we had a friend here that got a feedback the other day. Like she was playing a song from an artist she really likes, but she was doing it in their own way, and she got like um, how do you say, como que la regañaron.
Like in trouble,
Yeah, but
like castigado, like
not castigado, more like somebody told them like it was not good to make a version of somebody if it was not like the real one, like
Oh.
que era a fault of respect.
Ah.
And she got really sad by that, like emotionally that was like a hard
oh
punch for her, and she stopped like playing music at all. Like
no.
it was really heavy. So we connected with this friend. She's from another state, and we were like, who told you that,
Yeah.
and why do you believe that? And we just had a honest talk about music, and about how music is like a map, like for freedom. So there's no rules, and if you do a song, you know it already. Like once you share a song, each one is gonna have their own emotion connected to it, and that is like an abstract realm that we cannot somehow control. So if you inspire other and that person is going to do a version of your song, and he recognized like this is a version of this song, what is bad about it? It's like pure love being shared.
I think it's, you know, I mean, maybe it's technically difficult to replicate a song exactly how someone plays it, but there's not really much to be gained from a separate musician covering a song if they're not putting anything of their own into it,
Me,
in my
do
humble
you hear me
opinion.
now? Yeah,
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, and yeah, Felens.
and it really depends on the circle of where it's being played. I mean, it's too bad that somebody had to come out of context in their own context and drop it into an experience that had nothing to do with where that person was coming from. So it
Right.
is too bad. I've definitely felt the moment of you know not not quite fitting into the situation. But I've been in the situation and somebody said something about my playing. It's like, okay, well, thank you very much for sharing. And I wish I would have had that attitude at that very moment. It's like, wow, thanks for sharing, and it just goes right by me.
Yeah, yeah.
See you later.
Be
Yeah,
vulnerable about things so they can like pass through you and you can just let them go as they pass is something like part of the art of also sharing. When you share, you are gonna get a lot of feedback, and most of what
yeah,
you have to do is to uh, cut the noise and separate the noise from the music in your own words and the words of others, and try to grab also like all the things that grab the shit as how do you say, abono, like nutrients from the
Abono.
oh,
plants.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Fertilizer.
ah,
Fertilizer.
fertilizer.
I like it. Fertilizante. That one.
Ah,
Fertilizante is like interesting, interesante. Fertilizante. It's an idea
yeah.
that it was really fertile in my life.
Well, fertile
I would love
ideas.
to hear your music, and maybe this sounds cliche, but I would love to hear setting stage.
Ah, setting the scene.
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
playing.
This is what
No,
we are
no.
talking.
Well, it is the
I do.
stage here, so I will play setting the stage. Absolutely. But I'm playing. I don't know
Mhm.
if you noticed this cool little guitar. It's a 3/4 scale all mahogany
Beautiful,
guitar that I picked up a while ago, and
Ooh.
beautiful.
it's kind of the blues guitar, but really good for like thunking around. So playing, setting the stage is going to be interesting because it's got a nice little sound to it. So here we go. How's the volume?
Sounds good.
All right.
Great.
Here, I'll add a little bit more to it.
Woo!
Very good.
Rockin'.
I love the sound that it has that guitar. It has
Yeah.
I can feel like like the wood, like the acoustics. Pretty
Pretty
nice.
sweet.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. Usually that song when you play it, it has like a total different atmosphere. It was great to hear it with these such powerful tools like the musical instruments.
Oh
Sometimes I
yeah.
just don't realize, how much
Hmm.
they change your song till you have a different guitar from the one you have, and you just check those harmonics, and it's like, what? This is a whole different musical instrument, and I don't know how do you feel it, but once you grab a new instrument, it's like your creativity also sparks up again. Like you have like a portal that gets you into having a lot of ideas about music. It's like a different
Oh yeah.
guitar who has some
Different
harmonics that
voice.
you yeah different
Absolutely.
voice, and you find different songs to sing on. Yeah.
Well, and this one's more like a blues guitar too. It's got that little funkiness, so
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
so why don't we do something here,
Oh
Banks?
yeah. Bam,
You
bam,
got nice
bam.
kudos earlier, man. That was really great, Banks. And say hello to the whole family out here. So glad you're all here.
Say
Jack's
hello to my little friend.
Yes. You heard my train that came by already, right?
Woo.
The little friend, yes.
You might have missed that, but anyway, yeah. So, how about a little jangle?
Jingle jangle.
good jangle and a little noodle.
Sweet.
Serious jangle on that jingle, baby.
Oh my god. Yeah, so definitely
Nice.
a lot of fun to play this thing. I had a little Fender for a while, and I was looking for a guitar to replace it with because this one's got a built-in Fishman and stuff. So I'm
Ooh.
getting a little mic action and a little bit of pickup. So, but I had to dismantle my entire studio. Our son's coming home for the winter break, and so I'm slowly but surely just scrunching down to just a little soundboard and my mics, and so yeah, it's cool. So, au natural. But yeah, Jose, my bigger guitar is much, bassier and brighter, and so it is a completely different feel. So I love it, and it's in tune for some reason. So actually, that was pretty good. This thing falls out of tune really easy. So
It's got a sweet vibe.
close enough. Yeah, Jose,
Beautiful wood.
bring us some
Oh, I didn't
transition.
take pictures about the concert place, but
Oh,
it's a place I already showed you pictures of that place because it's one of the places we use to do events of all kinds. But the acoustics of that place doesn't require you to use actually microphones. So
oh
Nice.
wow.
the microphones that we had, they were like great detail. It was like the extra, like a cherry, but the acoustics of the room is like full of bricks and wood, and it has a pretty great proportion of those elements, and it's I don't know, just perfect. It's really nice to do music, and some of the corners are not like 90 degrees, but they have like an extra wall. So I don't know if that also changed like the how the sound moves. It's not like fully square. It has like certain like
Mm,
edges, and I don't know. It creates a pretty flow of the sound. So pretty great.
awesome.
I'm chewing some tobacco right now. A veces me aferro tanto a los momentos que cuando se acaban me causan dolor. Y ese es mi karma de tanto soñar. Que el tiempo todo lo cambia, que el tiempo es transformación, que el tiempo es una distancia que cambia la percepción. Tu frío quítamelo, no me entregues nada. La eterna madrugada nos mira en un rincón. Bailaba sin distracción la canción de la muerte. Nuestro código inherente también se hizo canción. Tanto talento que tienen tus ojos tardíos. Muero de risa con todos tus juegos mentales. El argumento más denso ahora es la brisa de tus valores tan tiernos y tan naturales. Canto y conecto los puntos a tiempo con rimas. Y tú no sabes de dónde van mis disparates. Que manifiesto seguido en los medios días. Que dan color de mi esencia a tus realidades. veces despierto en plena madrugada, como pidiendo a gritos un color, una tonalidad más clara, que luces también color, y notas musicales o signos zodiacales. El arte es un motor, tu frío quítamelo, no me entregues nada. La eterna madrugada nos mira en un rincón, bailaba sin distracción la canción de la muerte, nuestro código inherente también se hizo canción. Tanto talento que tienen tus ojos tardíos, muero de risa con todos tus juegos mentales. El argumento más denso ahora es la brisa de tus valores tan tiernos y tan siderales. Canto y conecto los puntos a tiempo con rimas, y tú no sabes de dónde van mis disparates, que manifiesto seguido en los medios días, que dan color de mi esencia a tus realidades. Que el tiempo todo lo cambia, que el tiempo es transformación, que el tiempo es una distancia que cambia la percepción. Tu frío quítamelo, no me entregues nada. La eterna madrugada nos mira en un rincón, bailaba sin distracción la canción de la muerte, nuestro código inherente también se hizo canción. ¿Quién te dijo que la realidad es todo lo que puedes ver? Seguro fue un orangután y no piensa en versos. ¿Quién te dijo que la realidad es solo materia y efectos? ¿Y de dónde sale eso? No te lo dirá. Y la verdad yo creo, sin arrepentimientos, en lo que tenga que pasar, y entonces lo creo. Déjame soñar, súbete a mi dragón, volemos por ahí. Déjame volar y ser como un turbial al llegar a tu flor. ¿Qué es lo que pasa, niña curiosa, que te sonrojas cuando me abrazas? Verás, yo tengo cartas bajo la manga, como buen mago no me comporto. Qué peculiar que tengas esa rara forma de pensar, que te preocupen cosas así no estén mal. La verdad existen momentos que no entiendo, y refutar ese carácter con carácter de león, que hace reacción ya solo por mera adicción. Repito frases por dentro para calmarme, y tú después tiendes siempre a ponerme contra la pared. A veces siento que solo es cuestión de estrés. Serénate, nena, un poquito antes de hablarme, de lamentar que hagas de todo siempre una calamidad, y con eso tú me cambias la realidad, que tu libreto es una obra del pasado. ¡Qué falsedad! Haces un drama de un programa de TV, y yo cuestiono siempre todo lo que es. Quizás y si es que estoy bien loco de remate. Oh, music.
Jose,
I
you're
try to do
playing
it a little
slowly.
slow at the end, more slow at the beginning. Sorry, like following like the advice of the other day, so you can feel the lyrics and I don't know,
Yeah.
getting the words. So I'm gonna try to go more slowly with the upcoming songs and get like more a meditative set.
Well, you got us mesmerized.
Oh yeah.
Can
Mhm.
you hear me okay?
Yeah.
I mean, really, you're playing so phenomenally, Jose. I mean, it's so clear tonight. I mean, I'm just totally just soaking it up right now. So that was
Yeah, loving
phenomenal.
it.
Your first songs, I mean, wow. Last night, tell us more about the show last night. Was that kind of it? Did it help ground you, or where did you where are you coming from, man? It's great.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think that doing local vibes with my friends is great, and we meet these musicians from Valencia, and we had such a great resonance. And yeah, to hear the music from my friends, I also was a listener yesterday, of the music, and that's one of the things I most enjoy to hear live music. I love Jazz Hideaway. Whenever I get into Tokens Bar and I see Jazz Hideaways right there, I just go and check it out. That there's just some magic on the live music, and
Oh yeah.
having that opportunity local is just super special. And yeah, yesterday we have the microphones. I was able to hear me on the monitor, so it was great. And I think that I'm trying like to pick up that consciousness to this mic right now and I'm trying to sing. For sure, I'm like seeing it differently today, thanks to Sunday concert.
Yeah.
Nice.
Beautiful.
We vibing.
Vibing.
Woo! Beautiful. Are you gonna share
Shall.
a tune? Are you
Yeah.
gonna share a
Why not?
tune?
Let's share a tune. Not a not a tuna,
Mhm.
but yeah, maybe a Dorado. Yeah.
A tune.
Mhm.
Make sure it's somewhat in tune, but it's okay. So yeah, being in that capo moment, that's close enough, right?
great song. That where I can buy that song?
Yeah, you will. You will be able
Where I
to.
can buy it?
It is another page turned, of course.
Oh,
That's a
sounding
great song.
sweet.
I always love to to hear it, but I just realized it that every time you play that song, I have like the instinct like to write something. You know, it's like music that puts me like in a mood of writing. So it's a pretty good song. I would like to collect it. So send those links on the live chat.
Yeah.
So,
I
what kind
mean,
of art would you imagine going along with that? Is that
I just don't know. I'm going to show
just
you
a
a
nice
video of
picture?
something that appears in my head when I hear that song.
Oh,
Um,
yeah. Bring it on.
it
fun.
it also made me want to kind of write as well.
That's dang, man. This creative energy. I was looking for my notebook, which I've been writing some lyrics, and
Okay.
so just the
I
stuff that's
I
coming
found
out lately.
the a YouTube song. This is one of my favorite groups, and this song starts, and it's like I just can't hear you in this song. If you hear the mix, you have some writing as part of the music, like actually pen and paper being used, and the song grabs like this vibe that gets me like in a poetry mood too. So it was like for a moment I was hearing like the pencil and the paper, being written somehow, and I was like having that vibe. If you can check that song, you will like perceive that, and I think it's not on the same key even, but it's just like took me to that place. Woo!
Cool.
It was like as I pick up a train and I just went over there.
Yeah, it's. Uh,
I think you have to use that like, hey, I'm having a show today at 5 p.m. EST. Don't miss the train.
yeah, we're making tracks. Make tracks to the train station. Don't be
you have to
late.
Yeah.
you have to
The
use
engine's
it. You have to use it
running.
on your favor. And every time that the train happens in your live daily creation of content, you just have to use it.
It's like I love it.
Some alchemy right there with the train. I think it can be a great feature.
I
It's a
mean,
great feature already.
Oh yeah.
let's see if we could pull this out really quick. I know I've got it in here somewhere. Oh my god. Two samples mine. Okay, let's see if you can hear this. Whoa. Can you hear that?
Yes.
Nice. Oh yeah.
Wait for it.
This is a great intro. This is a great intro for a podcast.
That was out on the balcony. It's like
Did you
Awesome.
record that? But that is a great sound. It's like a great sample. It can be used for so many stuff.
oh
It's
yeah.
just nice. Here the subway sounds different. I would like to sound how it sounds the subway here.
Yeah,
But
that is
the
not the
mother,
subway, my friend.
yeah, that's train. Here we don't have a train. Here we have some. I'm not going to touch that about trains here.
Oh,
I don't want to touch that topic.
oh no, we can. Oh man, trains, trains, planes. Anyway, no, I mean, I play it once before. The one, don't leave your date unattended. I put that in. It's kind of
Mm.
this, wacko tune that I put together. But the train's in the middle of that. Okay, let's see. let's look at the chat. Should I play something with a
Let's
train
do
song
it.
on it?
I'm
Well, it's
trying to
7:30.
make up
Yeah.
some AIs here from
I was
influenced
going
from
to
the vibes.
I'm
Oh,
going to share a story about
yeah.
trains, but later and in chat. Yeah, after speaking about it, we can discuss if we can share it here.
Jose.
Woo! The
I love it.
bluesies.
It just sounds great. Like there's like energy you cannot like fake. You know, like when it comes like to music and like the music you like and the music like you like to do like the other day we were speaking about salsa felons and
Yes.
we were talking about salsa and I was showing you like the key of salsa and we were
Right.
having a creative process about salsa that was like super interesting and it's like the same for me like if I try to do those genres there's something that it comes like from like born there somehow I don't know like uh, yeah like having the cultural sharing with musicians that like plays in like yeah it's about like culture sharing like here I have
Yeah.
like a few bands that does like covers of English bands American bands and they imitate rock and roll but it's not like that pure like they just woke up one day and rock and roll was already in their subconscious mind and you know they know how to drop that out it was like yeah like or like inorganical study and technique like to get that way somehow they can reach rock and roll but it's through
Yeah.
study like in a different way I can feel somehow like besides studies like besides studying technique you you love like the music you have it in your veins like in your blood veins and it's
Oh
just
yeah.
it sounds great it sounds clean.
Thanks, man. Yeah. I've got a whole ton of blues that's just, yeah, lurking. Nobody really knows much of it.
I'm going to play a blues but
Please.
in my own way. um,
Yes. Please do.
I'm going to play a blues by this same band I was showing you that I told you like oh this sounds like this that I like Fito Fitipaldis so they have a song the name is that the wind pulls me off like que me arrastre el viento. Let me try. Quiero que me arrastre el viento como un trozo de papel, revolcarme por el cielo y no caer. Y no pensar, tan solo quiero no pensar. Y copiar el movimiento irrepetible azul del mar. Arrancarme los recuerdos, no volver a repasar. Adelante, solo quiero no caer. Y no pensar, tan solo quiero no pensar. Imitar el parpadeo de las estrellas al brillar. Algo tiene ese bar que está cerca de aquí, que es más fácil entrar que aprender a salir sin ti. Aunque nada es verdad, las verdades aquí tienen forma de puñal. Algo tiene ese bar que está cerca de aquí, que es más fácil entrar que aprender a salir sin ti. Aunque nada es verdad, las verdades aquí tienen forma de puñal. There we have a felon solo.
Oh,
They serve clams at this restaurant too.
Woo!
That was sweet.
Spanish blues.
Yeah, how blue was it?
Oh, the
Well,
original
super
song is
azul.
pretty blue. Yeah, and this is a band that I really love, and sharing this band with you guys is pretty special. And just realizing, like, the inspiration of this band is like bands from America and England, basically, and they are the only musicians that I heard on Spanish. And of course, there's a lot of musicians I didn't hear in my life, but wow, they have a really great quality for those genres. Like if they were like English, like if they would play those songs from the root, and they have a really great work actually for the meets and the masters of their albums. They usually works with a multicultural team. It's beautiful. They have a couple of documentaries like you know having this like register of how did they do one of their albums, and they were on France, sharing for 2 months on a studio that was a beautiful big house with gardens, a great space. and they invited over to participate some musicians from the states. I don't remember the name, but they were like, like big people in the industry, great like sound engineers that, and I think that's one of the most valuable documentaries I ever saw. I'm going to share it here, and I think it's not the first time that I talk about this here. Yeah, it's on Spanish. Maybe it can have English captions. Not sure, but pretty great. Pretty great documentary for music production. And it's not only the music production. The most special thing to me here is like the quality vibe they all have. It's not just the work, but how that work flows in the production chain, and it's just smooth, and it's just great. That's how I visualize to record someday. Having a bunch of my friends, helping me to design it. Thanks to God, like my friends, they all love music and they are studying anyway. And maybe we can rent a house, but we can have also like a digital mixing or something. That can also be nice to live produce an album on Discord or something.
Oh
That can
yeah.
be also something really interesting to do actually as an experiment. And I think we are not the first ones. If I'm not right, Make the May and eclectic method. I don't remember.
My and
Let
Mighty
me detail
33.
back from my memory.
That's
Make the
right.
May and
Yeah.
eclectic method show.
No,
No, it's Mighty.
My
Yeah,
and Mighty 33.
Mighty May
My
used to
World and
do
Mighty.
like
Mighty Ma,
live
Yeah.
mixes with friends, right? Here on Dogan Smart,
the
Oh
kitchen.
yeah.
the
We were
kitchen.
like kind of helping
Yeah, back in the
produce
day,
a
I didn't
little
know
bit.
like that good English, so participating there for me was like really silly. But I went a couple of times because it was a really cool concept. It was pretty great.
Absolutely. It
Yeah.
was really
Hey,
cool.
see, we don't hear you. I see your mic going
Oh,
shut down and up and down.
You don't hear him? I hear him.
damn.
Do you hear him?
Oh, you do hear me?
I
Oh,
do.
Odd.
I'm
I
gonna go
will
back.
We got
I had
really.
to change devices cuz my computer was just bugging out. But I'm on mobile now and it seems to be working. And then Discord on my PC won't start up because I was doing as Jose said, it was just feeling pretty creative. So I started throwing a few prompts into the old Stable Diffusion there, and I was going to
Yeah,
share a couple, but it's we'll see if my Discord opens up on the PC. I'll drop another one in there.
yeah.
Great.
You got
Are you gonna
one.
share a song, Felons?
I certainly could. Yeah.
I think I think I will share another one too.
Yeah. Let's call
So
it after that. Yeah, because I can't believe how late it's gotten already.
yeah,
Yeah.
me too. For
Like
me, it's
almost
11:46
3 hours.
already, and
Yeah.
if you can see, this is my window, and everything can be heard. Everything. Yeah,
Oh,
I
it's
don't know if you
awesome.
remember. The other day, I got some claps from the other building.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, yeah. But
Yeah.
I like to keep the volumes, so we can keep
Right.
this going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I say midnight might be the cutoff.
Yeah,
All right.
blessed neighbors. Actually, they enjoy the music. Never had an issue with them. They are more like play more loud.
Cool.
Well, they know how good you play, man. That's awesome. Yeah, good appreciation. I think I'm getting new neighbors downstairs, so I'm gonna find out how much these because I never had any complaints from my previous neighbors downstairs, and so who knows? Who knows what's gonna
Hopefully
happen?
they cool.
Yeah, hopefully they cool. I just love these relatively new strings, so terribly out of tune, but that makes it all the better. So this one's called Brother's Tear.
Ooh-wee.
Bro.
Nice.
Spicy.
Yeah. It's like, why are you crying, bro? Let's go.
Está bueno, me gusta. Está bueno. Beautiful.
Wipe those tears away, bro. Yeah.
I'm gonna share also another one for the road. Goodbye to everybody. Going to play more slow. We are the farmers of no winter's land, settling the fire of love. Aquí estamos los sembradores, cuidadores de la tierra, donde el invierno no existe. Se derretirán tus penas, transmitiendo todo el fuego que se encuentra en las semillas de la unión. Aquí estamos los sembradores, cuidadores de la tierra, donde el invierno no existe. Se derretirán tus penas, transmitiendo todo el fuego que se encuentra en las semillas de la unión. Tenemos la semilla corazón, vamos levantando una oración que la disponga a germinar. Sonido para el despertar, sonido para el despertar, sonido para el despertar, sonido para el despertar. We are the farmers of no winter's land, sending the fire of love. Viene el sol radiante desterrando oscuridad. El invierno solo existe para agradecer al sol. Cierra el círculo y disfruta de la orquesta de la vida y el calor. Viene el sol radiante desterrando oscuridad. El invierno solo existe para agradecer al sol. Cierra el círculo y disfruta de la orquesta de la magia y el amor. Cierra el círculo y disfruta de la orquesta del cacao y el sabor. Cierra el círculo y disfruta de la orquesta del yoquito y la visión. Tenemos las semillas corazón, vamos levantando una oración que las disponga a germinar. Semilla para el despertar, que tenemos las semillas corazón, vamos levantando una oración que las disponga a germinar. Semilla para el despertar, sonido para el despertar, sonido para el despertar, sonido para el despertar, sol radiante desterrando oscuridad. El invierno solo existe para agradecer al sol. Cierra el círculo y disfruta de la orquesta de la vida y el calor. Aquí estamos los sembradores. Cuidadores de la tierra. Transmitiendo todo el fuego que se encuentra en las semillas de la unión. Transmitiendo todo el fuego que se encuentra en las semillas de la unión. Transmitiendo todo el fuego que se encuentra en las semillas de la unión.
Woo!
Woo! Happy to share some music tonight. Your microphone just
Man.
disappeared. Well, happy to share another Monday. Happy to be alive, to breathe, to be thankful, to be surrounded of digital friends. I hope to see you locally someday. And in the meantime, to learn about the digital fields and see how we can take the best of it for our local and for our global. And that's it. Peace, love, and whipsy. Keep away from phone and hold the vibe.
Peace, love, and whipsy. I was trying to get my
Stay
camera back on. That's my yeah. Here, I was making one from your song. Put in some prompts while you were playing. It's not quite done yet, but I'll drop it. I'll share it in the Discord when it's done. I can't. Where's the spin around of the camera? Oh, there it is. So yeah, super awesome show tonight all around. I mean, we went for like over an hour with the guests, then a couple of hours of chatting with music. This is how we hodl the vibe. We ain't no TikTokers around here. We chill for the evening together. It's great. Looking forward to next Monday, and I'll definitely be seeing y'all around the metaverse between here and there. So yeah, peace,
Yeah.
love, and whipsy.
Peace, love, and whipsy. Yeah, this is a space for no sapping culture. Yeah, resting our brains.
Felons, you're muted, Felons.
Of course I was. What I
There
was
you go.
saying is no compromises in Token Smart. This is the place. Let's do this.
Woo.
Peace, love, and whipsy, no question.
Peace, love, and whipsy. Hold the
Awesome.
vibe. Woo.
I'm about to drop that video that was inspired by Jose's last song in the chat right now. Let me just grab it and drop it over there for y'all to see. I didn't even really watch it yet, but I think at least the starting frames look cool. So we'll see how that turned out. Awesome. See y'all around. Remember to tag homies when cool stuff is coming up and whatnot. And see y'all around here later on in the week.
Awesome. Take care, guys.
Much love.
Mañana.
Woo!
Hasta mañana.
Adiwa!
Adiwa. Adiwa,
Auf
adiwa.
Wiedersehen. All right, man.
Bien
Take care.
contento, vale. Dios los bendiga, chicos. Nos vemos, pues. Hasta luego.
Later
Salud.
days, bros.